Hi folks, I'm Terry Trippler with Airline Basics. Are you on a round trip? You know, there's a technical definition the airlines give for a round trip. I mean, you and I think, hey, we're going to Brainerd, we're coming back from Brainerd, it's a round trip, and it is. But technically, when we're dealing with fares, it can make a change, and sometimes it makes a change in how a ticket is priced. So we're going to take a look at it. Starting with AirTran and Southwest. They have all one-way fares, and so they do not see the need to publish a definition of a round trip. So with AirTran and Southwest, everything's one way. They don't consider anything round trip. Now with Alaska Continental, Delta, Midwest, Sun Country, United, and U.S. Airways, in other words, the bulk of airlines, here's their definition of a round trip. The point of origin and the ultimate final destination is the same point. Return on the same airline and in the same booking class. So as an example, as you can see on the screen, traveling Minneapolis to Seattle on Sun Country in M class. Traveling Seattle to Minneapolis, Sun Country, M class. This is a round trip. You have your point of origin, Minneapolis-St. Paul, and your final destination, Minneapolis-St. Paul, is the same point. Return is on the same airline, Sun Country, and in the same booking class, M. So for these airlines, for it to be technically called a round trip, you have to have point of origin and ultimate final destination the same, and you come back on the same airline and the same class of service for it to be considered a round trip. What if you come back on Sun Country in B class instead of M class? Then it's not a round trip, and we'll be talking about that in another section. It's called a circle trip. Now on American, they have something a little bit different. They claim that round trip is the origin and ultimate final destination is the same point and return on the same airline. They don't mention the same class of service. So if you're flying from, I've got here Miami to Minneapolis, Minneapolis-St. Paul to Miami on American, come back on American, that's a round trip on American. It doesn't matter on the class of service. So you know, and I have to say that even though it doesn't require the same booking class, I always consider it with the others and say, yes, you have to have the same booking class. I just play it safe that way. And we have one other airline, Frontier. Frontier says the ultimate final destination and the point of origin have to be the same, and that some fare rules require that the return be on the same airline and in the same booking class. Well, I have to tell you, all the fare rules I've looked at require that. So play it safe with Frontier and include them in with the Alaska Continental, Delta, Midwest, Sun Country, United, and U.S. Airways. So that's your definition of a round trip. The point of origin and the final destination are the same. The return is on the same airline, and on most airlines, it has to be in the same class of service. For Airline Basics, I'm Terry Trippler.